Good morning, Force followers. Happy Thursday. It's actually beautiful here in Katy. I can look out my window and see great sunshine and blue skies, and I absolutely love it. When I dropped Brooklyn off this morning, I think it was around 60, and I bet it gets into the 80s today. So living in Houston can have definitely its bonuses. All right, so if you're here live, today is live Q&A day. So excited. If you're here live, please get in the comments and let me know that you're here. Say hello or let me know how your morning has been. If you are watching this on the replay, I think you might know what to do. Please comment below, #replay. I want you to get used to putting things in the comments today because we're going to spend about, hopefully, the next 20 minutes or so answering live questions. But in case nobody shows up live today, I did put it on our Instagram to ask me some questions that I could address in this live Q&A. So if you're here, please ask questions during this time. I'll be going through some questions that I got, and if you want to know anything more about what I'm talking about or something completely different, then please, by all means, comment below and let me know what you would like to know. So, if you're here live, give me a thumbs up, and if you're here on the replay, just comment #replay. And then I will know that you watched the video. I had a quick question for you guys. I just thought of this before I went live. I have been doing this now for, 18, 20 weeks or so, and I'm really enjoying it. And so I kind of wanted to come up with a name for what I'm doing. So I go live. To me, it's almost like it's like a show. And so if you have any ideas on what I should call this every week, this thing that I do, I go live, I'd love to hear what your opinion is or what your ideas might be. There's names for podcasts and there's names for YouTube channels, but I don't know what people call going live on Facebook. So help me out. Let me know what you think. Should I give it a name? If I shouldn't, then let me know that too. But I'm thinking, I don't know, like the live Force show or something. Because I am asking, I'm asking people to come be guests with me for me to interview them. And I want them to I don't know the word, but I want them to have a thing to want to be on, if that makes sense. So help me out. Let me know if you think of anything. If you don't, that's fine. But I need some help, and I want your help, okay? So if you're here, thumbs up. If you're on the replay, #replay. I wanted to let you know that all you replay watchers, I really love you. Ultimately, I continue to show up every week to serve you. I know that you're here wanting to learn something, and every week I want to make sure to teach it to you. And so thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll learn something new today that you can share with your daughter, or something that you didn't know that you were excited to learn. So let me know, let me know if you learned anything too. After this is all over, write in the comments letting me know that was a great answer. That was awesome. I learned something new. I learned this. Let's go. Let's get started. So this week, the questions that I asked on Instagram were basically just let me know if you have any questions. It can go from skills of volleyball, tournaments, club volleyball, coaching, whatever. Just anything volleyball related. Feel free to ask. And I actually was pretty impressed with how many questions I got. I've done that kind of thing in the past, and I've gotten 0. And so on Tuesday to have gotten, anywhere between 10 and 15 questions was pretty cool. So I'm going to address those questions now. Again, if you have one while I'm talking, feel free to put it in the comments, okay? All right, so we're going to talk about skill questions right now. So if you have a question about a skill, feel free to put it in there. And the first question that I got was, how do I become a better passer? So I thought this was a great question. It's a little broad, but it's a great question. And we talked about this last week with Coach Shayla. You become a better passer by making sure that you are stopping your feet, getting balanced, and always having a strong platform. If your feet don't really make it where you need it to go, make sure that you're always having that strong platform. Hands together, arms extended, trying to make sure that you're passing the ball on the inside of your forearms, and then making sure that it's nice and strong. So then I also got questions on setting. I actually had like 4 questions that were basically the same from 4 different people about how to just be better at setting or how to get your sets higher. And so the question was, do you have tips on setting if you're not very good at it? And you bet, I've got tips on setting. First off, practice, practice, practice. I always think that you should start with getting your hands better. So practice against the wall. Practice and forming your hands, getting all 10 fingers on the ball, just set against the wall, pretty quick, boom, 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 boom. And once your hands are a little bit more comfortable, then you could start working on setting with your feet, right? So moving, setting with your feet. The tips that I want to give you are make sure your feet are under you, you're balanced. You don't want your feet nice and tight because you're going to fall over. You want your feet about shoulder width apart, right foot in front, and then rounded hands, push on the ball, and make sure you push high to the sky. What was it? Oh, another person asked, how do I get my sets higher? And so the thing I told her was make sure that you're bringing your hands a little bit closer to your head. So when we set, we kind of want our hands high and extended a little bit of elbow bend. But when we're trying to really push the ball up, we want to bring our hands closer to our head. We want to cradle the ball a little bit longer, and then we really want to push as high as we can. And we do that with our knees and our elbows. So bend your knees a little more, get your hands a little closer to your head, and then extend. And I always say push high to the sky, palms to the ceiling, and that should really help getting the ball higher. How can I get better at serving? That was a great question because serving is one of my favorite things to do. It's the one and only thing that I think you can be in complete control of. So my tips to getting better at serving is eliminate all the extra movement. So the thing I notice a lot in younger volleyball players is they want to take 10 steps before they hit the ball. Maybe not 10, but at least 3. They want to toss the ball really, really, really high. And so that gives them too much time for their brain and their body to say, I need to do all this extra things before I hit the ball. So eliminate all the extra movement. Toss just high enough for your reach. We call that, put it into your like hitting zone or your serving zone. And then left step, so left foot in front, left step, good toss, minimal swing. Palm to target, and that should help flatten out the serve and make it a lot more aggressive. All right, so if you're here live, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, make sure you're putting them in the comments below. Okay? All right. Another question I got was, how can I become a better hitter with a limited vertical? I thought that was a really, I keep saying this is a great question, but that one really was because that's a lot of people's issues, right? So the net is 7'4", and if we don't jump higher than 7'4", we think we can't be a good hitter. But in reality, we can. all you need to be a better hitter with a limited vertical is great hand contact. You practice your hand contact over and over and over and over, then you're going to be able to manipulate the ball however you want. So with great hand contact, you can place the ball wherever you need it to go, wherever the hole is. So if you want to go down the line, and from the outside, you're going to drop your pinky a little bit and make the ball go down the line. If you need it to go cross, you're going to get good hand contact, drop the thumb, make it go cross. When we don't jump as high, the ball's not going to go down as much. But if you can place the ball where the hole is, it doesn't really matter how high you jump. So good hand contact. Make sure you're working on your good hand contact, big hand, using your wrist to snap, making the ball spin a lot. That's what I think is going to make you a better hitter, is having great hand contact and being able to place the ball wherever you want. It's obviously more fun and more showy and I don't know the word, but it's more fun to be able to bounce the ball, but that doesn't always make you a great hitter. So making sure that you can place the ball where the hole is and win the point is obviously the most important thing. Winning the point is most important. It doesn't matter what it looks like. I always say that. Doesn't matter what it looks like. We just want to win the point. 25 first wins the game. Okay, so that was all the questions I got about skills on Tuesday through Instagram. But if you have any more, please feel free to comment them. Even if this is on the replay, I will go back and answer them in the comments and make sure that you're getting what you want to know. All right, so now I had some questions about tournaments. So the question was, can anybody attend tournaments? And the answer is yes. Obviously, with some things going on with COVID right now, different gyms are doing different things. They have different policies. So I would look into what the tournament location is offering this year. I've heard of you have to have a ticket to get in. There's only 2 people per player allowed in. We're going to do, you can come in and watch your daughter play or watch the person on whatever team play, and then we're going to ask you to leave the gym as much as possible during their off time, so that the people that are having their daughters play can come in and watch with limited people. So during your off time or your work time, the parents and spectators will be asked to leave and either go sit in your car, hang out outside, go run an errand, whatever. It's up to you, but it would help be able to bring more people in to watch. So because it's, families are bigger than 2, and so, or 3, and so I think this allows more family members to watch their whoever play as long as they leave during the off time. Then the other question I got for tournaments was, will there be a fee to enter? And yes, at least here in Houston, there's always a fee. I think across the board, it's $5 for an adult and $3 for a child. Some places do senior discount, some don't. Just make sure you look on the website before you go. And always, always, always bring cash. I still think this year tournaments will be taking cash, but look on their website to see if they're going to be doing like paperless tickets or something like that. All right, and then a great question I had about club was playing, like, how do you play club when money is tight? And my first and foremost thing for us, at least here in the Lone Star region, is always make sure you try out at tryouts. So tryouts are always in June and July, or late June, early July, depending on the club. So make sure you figure out when that is, and then try out then. Don't wait, because the longer you wait, the harder, the more your monthly payment is going to be. So at tryouts, depending on the club, we do a $500 deposit, and that's probably the most you're going to pay at one time for the season. And then we start our monthly payments in August, and so if you can go August through March, you're going to get more payments for less money. But if you wait until November, right when the season starts, you're going to have to pay like November through April, and so it's a lot less payments, more money at one time. And then also make sure you're fundraising. You can do that all on your own. Not every club offers fundraising, but you can go out and fundraise for yourself. There's things online. You can do, what's that thing called? GoFundMe. I mean, whatever. You can do any kind of fundraising you want. You can sell things. And then also see if the club that you want to play for offers some sort of a work share. I call it work share because that's what we talked about with Natalie a couple weeks ago. But if, like, we host tournaments, so if you want to make money to go towards your tuition and fees, you work our tournaments. So we pay out $10 an hour to work tournaments, and that money goes right into your tuition and fees for that month. So just kind of do some research on the club that you want to play for and see what they have to offer. Some clubs offer scholarship funds. They have scholarship funds, and so they offer a little bit of tuition help on your fees. Nobody is really allowed to offer a full scholarship for club, but they might pay for most of it. I don't know. It's up to you, or it's up to them, really. So do your research. So playing club is expensive, but you can do it on a tight budget, I think. And it's definitely very necessary to play if you really want to make it to the next level. All right, and then I had one question about coaching. She just asked if I had any coaching tips. And the one tip that I would give to any coach in any sport is to stay positive. There's a way to talk to your athletes, and you can get on them and you can be frustrated, but keep the words that are coming out of your mouth positive. Try and stay away from the negative words like no, don't, that was horrible, like that kind of stuff. Talk about how to be better, like be positive. I work really hard to do that. Sometimes it might leave me, but I always try and reframe and come back to being positive and making sure that I'm having a relationship with my kids on a positive level. And then another thing I just thought of would be, like, don't care too much. Like, don't get too personal into their lives, but care about your kids. They need you just as much as they need their friends. They need somebody with authority that can hold them accountable, care about their lives, ask them questions like what's going on. Notice when they're having an issue or a problem, and don't be afraid to ask them about it. I think that is really important, to have that personal connection with most of your kids, and it really will make them respect you, work harder for you, and want to really implement what you're teaching them when it comes to coaching. Okay, well, that's all the questions I had. I didn't have any questions live, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm going to get better at this, and I also just put on the Instagram stories if I should go live on Instagram, and I had an overwhelming response of yes. So I will probably be going live maybe later today on Instagram, trying to do another live Q&A. I think the girls, when I say girls, I mean the players, are a little bit more active on Instagram, and so they might be more open to asking questions. So look for me on Instagram, Houston Force VB, and I will see you guys. Oh, that's right. Next Monday, we're going live. Not Thursday, Monday, and I will be interviewing Jennifer Doris, the awesome person who I grew up playing with and played at Texas and then played for 10 years or maybe 11 years overseas. And so I think it's going to be a great interview. Make sure you join us Monday at 11 a.m. and I will see you then. Have a great Thursday. Bye, guys.